Robert Heffernan with Endotech exclusively for the Pareto Network and Endotech subscribers. This is our weekend edition, man. Cryptos never sleep. They will be trading Saturday, Sunday. It's already Saturday. It's already Saturday in Asia. They're ready to fire. They can sit down at the con and start firing if they want. And you need some actionable trading information. You need that blockchain vital sheet to keep yourself out of trouble. Sometimes I've heard traders say I'm my biggest, worst enemy when I trade because I get in the way of myself. You know, let's do the rounds quick and talk about staying out of the way of yourself and actionable trading areas. Doing the rounds, we do it every day. It's my chance to talk about cryptocurrencies, things in the news, and a couple of things that I thought were very interesting. First of all, Sweden going to fully adopt digital e-krona. Now, the krona is the digital fiat currency in Sweden. Leave it to the Swedes to lead the charge. And although not a cryptocurrency, a decentralized digital asset that they will still control, trying to get ahead of the curve here. And I love their reasoning for wanting to get ahead of the curve in case in chaos the payment systems in a decentralized environment make it a danger to the system long term. Or in other words, saying we have to get ahead of this technology and offer a competing technology that is just as fast and cheap as a digital currency in order to save our lives. I think that's what they're seeing here. And the other headline I just loved. I absolutely loved it, and it goes like this. Visa CEO, crypto is not a big threat, but if needed, we will support it. You know, I know thousands of people that thought electronic trading was not a big threat to taking their job away in Chicago on the floor of the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. Thousands of people. And guess what? 99% of them are out of a job because when there is technology that is faster and cheaper, guess what? You are like the horsewhip and you are out of a job. So the Visa CEO, he can say that, and maybe he's right at this particular moment in time. It is not a big threat to Visa, all right? And they're going to have to support it, or maybe they go like the horsewhip too, because what does the decentralized network actually need Visa for? If I can exchange peer-to-peer as the technology evolves, what do I need Visa taking its 1% for? If I'm a merchant, what do I need Visa to take their haircut for if I can exchange directly with you? Seems to me like the technology is trying to get rid of Visa, and they can think it's not a big threat. But I've seen a lot of people think that technology coming down the pipe is not a big threat until they're out of a job and doing whatever they need to do to make a living. But it ain't going to be processing people's payments amongst each other, I believe. That's my thought down the line. Let's check in 5 years from today and see what the Visa CEO thinks about crypto not being a threat. All right, listen, we're going to, the success of yesterday, and I'm going to find one where I'm wrong here, but let's continue on the trend.
Let's just talk. Right now, Bitcoin trading 7401. They went down to the level, right? They went down to the level. They reacted off of it. What I need to see them do now is not just finish the week on its ass down here, and for sure not underneath this weekly level at 7303. All right? I don't want to see that. I want to see them fight.
All right, here we go. Let me bring in I'm sorry about that. Hey, you. Slow down a second. Let me introduce the segment here. This is a little clip from the weekend edition back last week of July, first week of August. This actually aired live August 3rd. I was talking about Bitcoin in this and the weekly setup and how important the weekend is. because cryptos never sleep. You know, the weekend's very important. Anyway, without further ado, let's see what I had to say about that weekend setup and what I was thinking.
For me now, let's just talk right now. Bitcoin trading 74.01. They went down to the level, right? They went down to the level. They reacted off of it. What I need to see them do now is not just finish the week on its ass down here, and for sure not underneath this weekly level at 73.03. All right? I don't want to see that. I want to see them fight back a little bit Saturday and Sunday, and then wherever that weekly average is for sure, and this week's low for that matter, they'll probably be very close to each other if this low holds. That's my stop. All right, that's where I'm going to say, you know, there'll be a better story down the line to be involved with this. But if we can rally Saturday and Sunday, since these things never sleep, and not put in such a drastic red candle, and for sure not put in a red candle on Sunday where we're closing below that weekly center line at 73.03, if we can rally a couple $100 here, get back to 75, 7,600, I think that's a completely different weekly candle than one that's, you know, if we continue down. And again, a lot of people have been talking 6,800. For me, 6,800, the story's already over. For me, I'm not buying 6,800s. I think the ship is sinking at 6,800, and I'm not getting on board there. So I'm on board right now and trading 74.02. Want to see a little strength here this weekend.
Anyway, I was pretty dead on that one. And listen, I mean, the important part about trading, if you're an actual trader and not a holder, if you actually want to trade and engage in the market, is understanding that it's okay to take a position and be wrong. What's wrong with that? You know what? What's wrong? I thought it was going to hold here. And what happened that week? That weekend, they closed on their ass, and then we went another, you know, we went from 7,400 to the lows that we've put in the 5 handle. So I was spot on. And you know what? I didn't lose hardly any money because I was out right away when it couldn't hold that level. All right. So the weekly level is incredibly important. Now we've had, this week's range is so ridiculously small. I've never seen anything like it in all the time I've been watching cryptos. I mean, it's as small a weekly range as we had when cryptos were trading $400. Bitcoin trading $400. So incredibly small ranges, incredible lack of volume, people on the sidelines. And I pointed out yesterday, I think because the rest of the fiat world is going bananas. So, you know, people are on the sidelines in crypto right now. That will not last forever. Believe me, that is not going to last forever. And while I have your attention here, so this is an incredibly great opportunity and time to set up the things you need to set up to be able to trade crypto when the volatility comes back, which means, if you want the ET bot to trade for you, you need to set up an account at Kraken and talk to the support at endotech.io, and take care of that. So for me, this weekend, let's talk this weekend. You know what? I'm not even going to go to the vitals. We're going to, the sheet, it will be up for the daily numbers. And I'm not going to say goodbye to the YouTube crowd right now. You're going to get my thoughts on this weekend right now live. No subscription or tokens required. Because the weekly setup is incredibly important for me. And we've talked about it all week on the vitals section. And that is the weekly momentum level. So, obviously the weekly is a fractal out. Those numbers are much further apart in general until there's zero price action. But the 62.93 level, and I want to clarify because because of the tether, the disjointedness in the tether, if you are on Bitfinex, that level comes in more like at 63.60, about $100 higher. Is lower momentum on the weekly. And we do not, if you are a holder, you better watch your holding behind if we close these cryptos back in lower momentum on the weekly. That's all there is to it. I will not, you can do whatever you want. I will not be involved in a long scenario with Bitcoin closing the week below that lower momentum level. That's all there is to it. It's plain, it's simple. The line's in the sand. I'm not going to backtrack on it. I'm not going to waffle on it. That's the way it is. And it's pretty simple for me then going forward. And if you have the opportunity to be an alpha trader and you can trade the CFDs, that is going to be a sign of continued weakness coming if we could close this thing below 62.93 on that weekly and be in weekly lower momentum. And guess what? The month rolls, right? Next Thursday is November 1st. And we have a weekly lower momentum, a monthly lower momentum level that we need to pay attention to. And I'll talk about that one Sunday night because that monthly level coming next week on the monthly roll is going to be incredibly important also. Anyway, that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm thinking. So cryptos never sleep. Good morning in Asia as they're already at the con in Asia trading on Saturday. So good luck this weekend. And let's see, if you're cheerleading for the longs, you got to see these things do some dancing Saturday and Sunday to the upside, or it is not looking healthy to me. All right? That's what I got. You guys have a great weekend. Stay disciplined, trade disciplined. And we will see you Sunday night for the Blockchain Vitals weekly segment, Sunday night. Until then, have a great weekend.